guys' thoughts on the schedule? I know that, once we get going here, we might be running a couple times a week. In other words, we're talking about running on Saturdays, so our normal race in the Xfinity Series, and then racing at another track on Tuesdays. What are your guys' thoughts on doing that?
I think because of the what we're having to deal with the pandemic, to try to look at the positives of with the schedule being more condensed and compact, it may give us answers to questions that we've had in the past, especially as we hit September. The September run is when our playoffs in the sport are kind of starting in that area. And at that point, NFL is starting. And maybe we lose some viewerships because of that. And now as we go into this schedule and maybe we have the possibilities of Tuesday or Wednesday night races, those were questions over the last couple of years that were starting to be raised. Like, do we need a race in the middle of the week to keep that viewership, to not compete against the NFL? At that point, it's those days on Tuesday and Wednesday, and obviously with Thursday, NFL and college football has that. But you got Tuesday or Wednesday, there's not a lot of sporting events going on, some baseball games, things like that. But I think it'll be awesome. It's important for NASCAR to try to get all the races still in, not start eliminating races for all the sponsors and for the fans. So this could give us some answers that maybe we have had questions to over the last couple of years of whether it'd be good or not to run midweek races.
Yeah. And to note to that is we've talked about it in all our little meetings. Hey, can Tuesday night or Wednesday night races work? And you run the truck races. Justin and Ross run the truck race at Eldora, I think, on a Wednesday night, right? And it seems to bring in a lot of people to watch it. We done the leaf filter gutter protection replacements race on iRacing last night, and it was the biggest race that had been watched on iRacing so far, like on the iRacing website and through Twitch and all of that. Even over the World of Outlaws, we doubled the World of Outlaws last night. I just found that out before we got on this meeting. So Tuesday night races, Wednesday night races, we've always wanted to know, will they work? Will people watch them? Because, everybody says, well, there's nobody in the grandstands. Well, we all know that people watch on their cell phones or watch on TV. So we want to get all our fans able to watch it. I think one good thing that's coming out of this, Matt, is that we're going to get to run with the Indy cars. I guess it's the Indy cars, right, AJ? Yep. At Indianapolis, yep. At the road course. That's something we don't get to do. That's a whole new group of people that will come and watch our races. So I'm pretty excited about that. From a side of trying to figure out how we're going to make it happen, that's been a little tough because we're looking at hotel rooms, changing all of this. We got to get trailers to where they need to be. So that's unknown yet, but I don't think it'll be a problem. You're going to have truck drivers to abide by the DOT rules and stuff like that. But having enough cars, you allowed us to keep digging. Our people are raring, ready to go, work 7 days a week, whatever it takes. That's what's going to be the fun part. Right now, in our shop, we're sitting there with, I think, 14 race cars sitting there ready to go that we can put together in a matter of minutes. I think we still got to have our Talladegas and our Daytonas and places like that on their own weekends because they're such huge races that people come and camp and they spend their vacation there. But the Wednesday night race, the Tuesday night race, I'm excited about just for the fact of new viewers watching it.
What do you think, Justin?
We already had planned on doing the Pocono double, not the Xfinity, but Cup had planned on doing that. So maybe there's a possibility of running an Xfinity doubleheader at somewhere that we go twice and something like that. So I definitely think it's going to be a lot when we do handle it. But I do think throughout the whole thing, there's going to be a lot of Celsius energy drink drank if we're bouncing all over the place trying to get races in. But it's going to be different. It's going to be new. And for a young guy like me, I love it.
So as a driver, though, hypothetically, if we literally for 4 weeks had to run Saturday, Tuesday at different tracks, as a driver, what does that do to you? I mean, I know you guys spend a lot of time on the simulator and getting prepared for a certain track. It's not like we'll just show up on Saturday. I mean, you got to go Friday, you got to practice, you have to be there practicing probably Monday. What does that do to you? Would that be more stress? I mean, everybody's on the same playing field where everybody has the same amount of practice time. And is that stressful?
I wouldn't say it's stressful. I think you just cut time, right? So you're not going to the simulator as much. You don't have as much time to study film. you're going to have to be doing that on the plane or the late hours of the night. You know, there's going to be a lot of time where you're not sleeping because you're studying, and then also recovery time. You know, I do like my 6 days a week that I get to recover from a race and get my
all those massages that he's got to get,
massages to get, and the haircut,
get his pedicure, manicure,
I think
go to his salon for his hair.
Yeah, the biggest.
Good Lord.
Scheduling my hair appointments is the biggest. So
20 years old, that body gets tired. Woo.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. Everyone's in the same boat, like you said.
I was gonna say, you said he's got a young body and it takes all that time to recover. That I've said we want AJ to run every week, and Rice is like, he's way too old to run every week.
I agree, man. Like, you know, this takes time to get this pretty. Like, this just doesn't happen naturally. I mean, I have to get off the call. This is my nap time. You're cutting into my nap time right now.
No, you're cutting into his golf time, not his nap time.
That is true. That is true.